Heading into the backcountry of majestic Jasper National Park in the Canadian Rockies for a few days, the jaw-dropping drive to the trailhead was just a tease of what lie ahead. We are here at the Sunwapta Falls Trailhead, getting ready to start a backpack, a 2-night trip. Our first night will be at Big Bend, a backcountry campsite. It's about 5 miles. And we are here at this very busy parking lot because it is also the parking lot for Sunwapta Falls, which is a very short hike and a popular destination for tourists. So we're just trying to get our stuff together here and get on our way. It's late in the afternoon, it's about 4:15. The sun doesn't set until after 10 p.m. So we've got plenty of time to get there and get situated in dinner and everything before dark. Those are our 2 camps, Big Bend the first night, Athabasca crossing the second night. You must obtain a backcountry permit for this hike and also stay in designated campsites. This trip was an out and back at 18.5 miles or approximately 30 kilometers. We are on the trail. It did not take long to lose the crowds. They are all just right there at the waterfall. Only gone probably 100 feet or so, and they're gone. So it is still pretty early season for here. It is mid-June, but apparently they had a bigger snow year this year than they did last year. We were able to get into some pretty remote places last year by this time, but right now there's still a lot of snow at the high elevations. So this hike will be along the Athabasca River, kind of a lower elevation hike. We shouldn't have any trouble with snow. It should be fairly flat, just a little bit of up and down, and some beautiful views from what I understand. It feels really good to be back on the trail. I was supposed to have done a couple of other trips that didn't pan out for one reason or another in the past month or so. So it's feeling great to be out here. The weather is overcast. It's drizzling rain a little bit, but it is supposed to clear up tonight. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, a beautiful sunny day. So that's what I'm hoping for. Got grizz tracks on the trail. The way we're headed, pretty fresh. Oh, you're sending me ahead, huh?
Uh-huh. Gonna let Catherine go first here. Anytime you have fresh grizzly tracks on the trail, what you want to do is let somebody else be lead.
Joking aside, this is the heart of grizzly country. Staying alert, making noise, and having bear spray at the ready was a priority. We have almost made it to camp. Most of the hike was through the trees, but we've just opened up to the river and it is gorgeous.
Walking over here to the tent pad sites.
At this point, we were the only ones here, so we had our pick of sites. Not a bad place to call home for the night. Check out the view behind me, and there's views all around. There are 4 tent pads here. We took site number 4, the furthest one on the end, so there's no one beyond us. There's no one here right now, and it's about 7:15 p.m. So hopefully we'll be the only ones here. And we have pizza tonight for dinner that we packed in. We bought some, I think, Pizza Hut pizza down in Jasper before heading over here, so we don't need to cook. We'll head over to the food area pretty soon and have some dinner, maybe some hot tea. And this is where we get to wake up tomorrow morning. It's pretty epic. And this is what's for dinner. No other backpackers had arrived, so we enjoyed an evening of solitude by the fire, surrounded by breathtaking views. There is a toilet up here with a view. The campground. I wasn't sure if I was actually awake or still dreaming this morning. Well, good morning from beautiful Jasper. It's a stunning morning, just as the forecast predicted. Finally, it's right. It is gorgeous and expected to be good weather all day. Tomorrow is another story, but we'll worry about tomorrow. We'll just be hiking out. We got a pretty good night's sleep. I had a little bit of a scare. I felt something brush against my back. My back was pressed up against the tent door. And I heard some noises, and I mean, it woke me up out of a dead sleep. I thought it was a bear, but it was like a ermine or a ferret or something like that. But of course, I just jumped up. I woke Joey up. He got out and was yelling and, hollering for it to, whatever it was, to get away. It turned out it was just a little ferret or something like that, but it did scare me. But the funny thing is he says that I was asleep like 2 seconds later. So I guess it didn't scare me that bad. It should be a really awesome day. I'm gonna go ahead and make some blueberry pancakes for breakfast, and then we'll be heading straight back that way to another camp. So it should be awesome. I think it's about 6 kilometers, which is, I think, somewhere around 5-ish miles. It's not too far, and we'll spend the whole day there. The wind is kicking up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad today, but it is keeping the mosquitoes away, and we have seen some mosquitoes already. We did see some last night. They were buzzing around, but as soon as the wind kicked up, they were gone. Just enough breeze to keep them at bay would be perfect. Going to attempt to make some blueberry pancakes out here on my stove. Got butter, blueberries, pancake mix all mixed up in this baggie. I put the syrup in these little scope bottles. I cleaned them out really good, so they lasted. They did not spill, so that was really good. And of course, some blueberries. It was a gorgeous sunny day for a hike on day 2, and I was looking forward to it. The woods just feel less spooky to me when the sun is bright. We're moving along the trail. I'm guessing we've hiked around somewhere around 2 kilometers, and we are just hiking through the woods, very similar to yesterday. I think that's going to be the case the whole way to camp. And it's a nice sunny day, making a lot of noise. It's a little spooky. The trees are a little bit tighter in.
Keep telling Kat not to lag too far behind. She might get picked off.
I know. I'm making sure I'm not. And if I do, I let him know. But he's always checking on me anyways. But yeah, it's been a pleasant hike so far. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that we haven't seen anybody so far on this trip. We had the whole camping area to ourselves last night, which was incredible. And yeah, it's been a nice little respite of solitude. We've made it to our camp with this beautiful blue turquoise lake behind us. The camp is in the woods. There aren't many open views of the lake from here. I think that you have to go down a couple steps down here, but it doesn't look like it's a real epic place to hang out. So we'll probably hang out in the food prep area. We may go around and do some exploring in this area. This watercolor back here is absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely a little bit more forested feel here than where we were last night, a little bit more closed in, but it'll be a fun kind of spooky place to camp tonight. The campsite on the previous night provided food lockers for food storage. This one provided cables, which you had to hang your food from. They were really easy to utilize though. Camp is all set up and we are walking down to the Athabasca River crossing, because we're not actually on it, even though the campground's called Athabasca River Crossing. Joey is going to test out his pack raft. He hasn't tested it out in a while and he might be using it for future trips, so he's going to get that thing inflated and take a little trip across the river.
So this is the Climate Dinghy raft. It weighs somewhere between 2–3.5 pounds. And it's not really meant for white water. It's just a flat water raft. You can see right in here, you kind of sit up high. And so anytime you hit turbulence, rapids, or anything, the tendency is the raft wants to throw you off of it. But we got some flat water here. And I'm just really going to try this thing out. It does have a small leak in it, but it will hold enough air for at least 10–15 minutes of floating, hopefully. And so all I'm wanting to do is just float this little stretch you see right here. This is the Athabasca River, right above the junction with the Chaba River. So I'm just trying to make the crossing, and then I'll have to, once I get to the other side, I'll have to go back up to that point and cross again. Nothing more exciting than being out here on fast moving water and you can hear the sound of your raft leaking air. Very comforting. Woohoo!
We're back here at camp. That was a really nice way to spend the evening. Joey kept trying to talk me into riding the little boat myself, but I don't feel experienced enough, so I said I opted out of it. Plus I didn't want to get wet, but it was fun to watch him. It was absolutely beautiful down there. It's about time to get dinner started, and tonight we are going to have pizza again, except this time we're making backcountry pizzas. These are our ingredients for our pizza. We've got soft tortillas, we've got pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, pizza sauce, and we'll probably put a little butter at the bottom of the pan. Probably good if it cooks a little slower, you know, because it's a thin tortilla, so everything's got to melt. So
Fire's gonna calm down in a second.
I'm gonna put this tortilla on. Actually, I'm gonna flip it over a couple of times to just get the tortilla warm before putting the cheese and everything on top. Pepperoni slices are almost as big as a pizza. This one's almost done, but the tortillas are very thin, so I might put one on top and make it more like a pizza.
Calzone.
Yeah, like a calzone. The pizzas were tasty and much better than a dehydrated meal, hands down. One's gonna come right over here. It is our final day. We just about have camp packed up and are ready to hit the trail. We figure we'll be hiking for about 5 hours. It should be roughly 9 miles, maybe slightly over. It's overcast this morning. We've had a couple of drizzles, but the sun's poked out as well. There is supposed to be some weather coming in starting today, so we don't know if we'll get rained on or not, but it's looking good right now. It's a chilly morning. It was an uneventful evening last night. No critters, nothing like that. We did see a deer in camp this morning. It was not shy at all. I mean, he would have come right up to us if we would have let him. But yeah, it's gonna be back through the woods again today, all the way pretty much until we get to our first camp. We'll have a little bit of open views there, but then through the woods again until we're done. Over to our first campsite. We thought we were going to get some photos, but the rain has, we have not beat the rain. You can see the sheets of it. The wind is blowing. We're down here in the trees. Woo! Another fantastic trip into the Canadian Rockies is in the books. I'm in constant awe of the incredible beauty here. It is truly one of the most magnificent places on earth.
Stopping. Check it out. Here's the bear. It's just hanging out.